We're in for our 2024 review. Stay tuned to hear all about it.
Welcome to Community Real Estate Roots, Agents Building Relationships, where we explore the heart of real estate through meaningful connections as they guide you through stories behind every sold sign and dive into how agents nurture communities, one home and one relationship at a time.
Well, today we're going to be talking about our 2024 year in review. Did y'all have a good year?
I did have a good year.
I did too.
Lots
So it was
of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Deidre and I's first full year with ERA King.
Yep.
How was your year?
The best I've ever had. I think by quadruple.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Quadruple. That's awesome.
I know.
Well, mine, I want to say doubled.
More than doubled.
More than doubled, but not quite quadrupled, maybe. But it was the best year I've had, and I'm super, super stoked. I can't wait for 2025.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Well, and let me just say, I'm really super proud of both of you because, let's face, both of you had some hesitation coming. I've tried to get since you came into out of real estate world, but
I think when we first started talking, I was fixing to take
you were
test.
fixing to take your test. I'll never forget when she called and told me that she had just made a, different decision, which I already knew that decision was going to be made. And I said, doors always open.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's hard sometimes.
It is hard. It's hard.
It's the unknown, but
well, that's with any company that you you want to join.
The doors were wide open, and I jumped right through it. It was like you said, I had some hesitation, but I'm so grateful, so thankful that I did, because like I said, this has been my best year yet. I feel like not even transaction-wise, I grew so much as an agent, not even counting, all the transactions, the money, whatnot. I just grew as a person, grew as an agent, and feel like I'm able to service my community so much better in this 1 year than I have been able to.
Well, that's priceless right there to start with.
Well, good. I'm priceless.
It is. It's priceless. You can't get any better than that, except to repeat it.
And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quadruple it.
Yes.
So what do you think, if you had to think of one thing that made you better, what do you think that was?
That made me better?
Yeah, you said the year made you a better agent.
So I'm going to go behind the scenes, the cameraman back here, his making faces and stuff at me. I'm not going to say that I was forced to do video or even podcasting, but I do feel like I got pushed in that direction, and I do feel like it has made a big difference in my personality. I feel a lot more comfortable in front of people, and I think it's because of the video, it's because of the podcasting, and then I'm just not even going to lie, this may come across as rude, but I finally just got over what people think. I'm in this. That's a lot. That's a lot that had held me back previously, is because I cared what people thought, and I just don't anymore. And I mean that in a very nice way. I'm here for me. I'm here for my business, and I'm here for the people that I attract. I may not attract everyone, and that's okay with me, because I like working with the type of people that I do attract.
Well, everybody's going to be attracted to
different people.
Confidence. People are attracted to confidence. And I think you've got a lot of confidence.
Well, thank you.
From that. But I want to, and yes, what you just said is true. I'm lucky enough that I got to watch both of you kind of take this journey. And really, where you popped out of your shell was after Fuel in February.
I do agree with that too.
You took on real estate buddies. You really built some relationships, And I think that was the real start of being comfortable to step out of other shells that you weren't used to.
Yep. Fuel, for those that don't know, it's a company-wide real estate convention, international convention. This year it was held in Nashville back in February. This coming up year, it's going to be in San Diego.
Can't wait.
Super stoked. I've already got my ticket, my room planned, and I'm going to get my flight soon. But anyways, it is a lot of networking. It's a lot of classes. It's where I agree, Lisa. I went on a whim because Lisa asked me to go, and I went
with this fear of look on her face.
I bet.
And I said, please, just trust me.
If you want to see that fear look, go back to our very first video, okay? It was right here on the face. But I trusted her, and I did. I got kind of thrusted into a group of people that I didn't know. And now I know I talk to several of them 2 or 3 times a week.
They're all best buds.
I've gotten comfortable with them and
bounce stuff off of each other.
Bounce ideas off of each other because we're in 2 different communities, that type of thing. And I do believe that it you are correct that it kind of boosted me out and opened.
I think that was the mark that really prepared you from a team perspective. Because it's hard when you're 1099 workers because you are basically single, just you. But really, to be successful, you need to surround yourself with other successful.
Which is why I'm super stoked that Deidre is going this year.
Yeah, I can't believe that she was really easy to talk into.
We'll make sure we get on the same flight so you go to the correct place, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of.
The good news is once you get there, you're in one location.
Which is the best. It wasn't like that in Nashville, but I love this concept of being in
everybody's together. The conference
spot.
center is there. It's beautiful. Have you ever been to San Diego?
I'm not.
Yeah, it's really nice. I've been a couple of times. So that was an awesome 2024
for me. Yes.
Yeah.
So
that was great.
Where do we think Deidre grew?
I don't know.
In her 24. Where do you think you grew?
I don't know.
When did the light bulb go off?
I think I have done a lot more variety of transactions. I've done wedding venue, commercial. I've done townhome land. I've done from 5,000 to almost 3 million. I mean, I've done a very
broad range
of things. I think I've had a learning in all the different things.
So many different things.
No, absolutely. Sure.
Yeah, and I think like what you said, like we got out of corporate America because I didn't want to work for people. I didn't want to have to rely on people. I didn't want people to have to rely on me. I wanted to be other than my clients, obviously, but I wanted to be able to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, how I wanted to do it, and be good at it. Because when I was for 10 years in the apartment manager, I knew everything there was about that property. I knew it back and forth, eyes closed. Anybody could call me. I could tell them exactly what the problem was. And I was like, I just got to get to that place. I'm not there yet, but I know I'm way more comfortable. And I love having like a team feel and like when you're like on a team, you have some places where they're, you're whole part of a whole team where y'all take each other's money and divide it and this person gets that. We don't have that, but we have the benefits of a team. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
And it's hard because when in this industry, when you hear the word team, even from the consumer perspective, they think that you're working on a team under someone. And that's, for E.R. King, that's not who we are. Now, do we have some higher end agents that have support underneath them? Absolutely. But that's on them to do that. We are one, but we're all separate at the same time. And that's what I love about the company as well. And the encouragement to invest in yourself. And that's what you have to do. So
This is the first year that I've actually branched out and did magnets with my information, and did glow in the dark
branding,
things,
yeah.
did First Fridays and all the events. I mean, I did just my neighborhood little small things where I did raffles, and that was it. That was my, hey, look at me, here I am.
Same,
That was it.
yeah.
Now we have podcasts, we have videos, we have YouTube, we have our own office in downtown Calera.
We're
We have
out
our
in
shirts.
front
We have all
of the community.
Yeah, we're way, way more involved in giving back to our community than just here, draw a name, you get a free picture frame or something, whatever it is, for the raffle. So yeah, I think it's a lot better. A lot more people. I mean, I do think that being in the business for 3 years, I am having people that have been watching me these 3 years. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, you're the raffle lady. Yeah. Yes, I am.
She is the
Let me sell your house.
You are the raffle queen.
You
are
can
the
get
raffle
them
queen.
to enter that, and no problem.
I think it's fun. I mean, who doesn't want to give somebody something for nothing? You lose nothing, put your name in. Anyways, so I think it's fun.
Well, and now that we're on the subject of Queen raffle, I was excited because this was my first year that I actually had support at First Fridays in Calera from Main Street. Erie King had sponsored and supported them for we're fixing to go on year 4, which the first 2.5, you jumped in the middle of the summer. Mm-hmm. It was just me because I was determined that we were going to make that our home, and people were going to get to know who we are and what our services were. So this 2024 was the first year that there was a solid 3 of us, and your hubby always comes. You bring your son, and he's all over the place, but the way that the raffle and the giving of stuff out totally changed when you walked in the door, and it just made everything so much bigger. And it did become, I think, by the end of the summer. So First Friday started in April, and the last one is for back to school in August. So there's 5
or 6.
5 or 6.
It's 5.
5, yeah. We should start them in March. That's way too cold.
Yeah.
So now, by the time we finish 2024, everyone that comes to First Fridays and stuff, they knew what to expect. But I loved it because we always tried to have some type of little twist, whether it was somebody coming to face paint,
somebody coming to cards.
I know that was a great, and I really liked that. So I'm hoping for 2025 we kind of have that, add that level of interaction and a little bit more connection, because we will also, we did open an office on Main Street. We've been 6 weeks now, 4 weeks, whatever.
Yeah, 4 weeks.
So that became because you guys became. I mean, and I know that sounds like it doesn't make any sense, but because of the journey that you came on, and we have 2 more agents now. They couldn't be with us. Matt is picking up his son from Fort Benning, although I don't think it's called that anymore. I think they have another name for it.
Yeah.
He finished his basic. He's home for the holidays, and then he ships back out to another level of training before he starts school. So Matt's doing what he should be doing today, and that's family. That's exactly what he should be doing today. And then we have Amber, who just joined us, both of them just a few months ago. Amber's a mom of 4, so she had to be back towards Tilton County to get her kids at school. So again, her important part is her family and her kids, and that should be what it is.
Yeah, that's one of the perks of this job. You make it what you want it to be. You work when you can work, and you make it work for you, your schedule.
So I think it makes every one grow. And even for myself, I had to grow in a different
I
way.
was gonna say, what about you?
Because I'll start mine like Deidre talked about her journey coming into the real estate world is I was in corporate America for so many years at a leadership role, training role for Fortune 500 companies. So I did it for so long that I really thought, and it did, those skill sets would transfer to what we do. No different than your skill sets from being an apartment manager transferred over to here. The skill set of you being a 911 operator on being patient and listening and doing all that is what makes you a great agent as well. So I was approached and had the opportunity to start the broker role, which I did, not thinking anything could have been any harder than taking the real estate exam
Again.
7 years later, and 7 years later in your brain is totally two different brains, by the way.
Yeah.
If you haven't figured that out yet, you will. But at the same time, I'm servicing my clients. I'm doing the community stuff. I did all this leading up to there, which probably impeded me taking a little longer than what I wanted. But fast forward to
Hey, it's not a podcast
I
about you
only
smacking
did
the
it. I
microphone.
know. I haven't done that in a little while. So I did take my broker test, and I did pass. So I am officially a qualifying broker.
Yay.
Part of that journey was a plan to open an office in Calera, but my home base will be Hoover. And it is Hoover. And it's funny because you forget you don't think you missed something out of your previous life until you get to pick up those skill sets of training and teaching and recruiting, but at the same time also being able to service the clients that you've done all year long. And I reemphasize to everyone, yes, I can still sell you a house.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can still sell your house. So I am a realtor first and foremost, but now I have the opportunity to work with agents and try to help
Grow
them be
them.
the
Yes.
best they can be. And I forgot how much I missed that. So I'm very honored to be able to do that again. And your guys are part of that Hoover team. And we were the #1 office for Erie King
Really?
out of
Nice.
for the year of 2024.
Nice.
in
I didn't know
Hoover.
that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
so
are
we
we-
had the
so-
best we had the best results.
So are we gonna get like a medal or something during this agent appreciation?
Probably not.
No.
Look,
get
I don't know. I'm not in on the planning session of all that. I can tell you, Josh and the leadership team speak very highly of us and the entire team. And that was also decision making that going into Calera was the right thing to do. And you guys probably don't know this because I just found out Jackson and I were having a conversation. And Josh walked in, so we were talking about how great things had been and what you guys were doing. And he said, I want you to know that my dad, who is Mr. King, he walked away from that night going, this is our community. This is why we're here.
Yay.
Of our opening?
So he yes.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was
Yay.
awesome. So I think 2024 was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I have many to thank for it, but you two most of all
Aw.
that got us down a journey. So now,
I was gonna say Lisa started it, and we just combined together and
now
getting it rolling.
Now you guys are part of the growth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing what's happened. Because even I came in second, and then we gathered Deidre, and then Matt, and now Amber. And, it's growing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well-
it's great to even see from my perspective.
And so my goal coming out of 2024 and for next year is that we have 4 more of you boots on the ground
Okay.
in Shelby, Chilton County. So we're going to continue to grow for that. So thank you for an amazing year.
Aw. Well, thank you.
Is that our 2024 year in review? A
I
wrap?
think
think
it's a way to
so.
end it.
I mean, she ended it so pretty.
I know.
I do have one more closing to go, though, and it has been a bear.
Aw.
That's not done yet.
Like-
But that's what it's all about.
Yep.
Yep.
We will get these 2 to the closing table, I promise.
Awesome.
I had my first new construction, and now I have my first investor that I'm closing. So I've done
Nice.
it all this year.
Yes,
That's
By the time-
awesome.
And you didn't experience any of that
No,
when
I
you
had
walked
never
in the
worked
door.
with an investor.
Right.
I had never done new construction. I had never done
All right, I'm
commercial.
going to have to find me one of these investors. Do you just pick them up at the store? Like,
No,
where are we
he-
getting these investors?
He called me about my listing.
Ah.
So
Yeah, they come
it's
out
not
of
my investor. It's investor buying one of my
Gotcha.
properties.
but they do. They come out. They come out when you least
Expected.
expect it.
Okay, well, I'm not expecting it anytime soon.
Yeah,
That's when it happens.
That's not.
it's a lot of hard work.
That's
No.
Trish, yeah.
All right.
All right, well, thank you for sticking around for our 2024 year in review. And next up will be 2025. So
Hold up. Can we just talk about how cute our shirts are? Look at how cute our shirts are. We all match today. We're all in the Christmas spirit.
And we didn't even.
No, we just showed up this way.
Yeah.
Looking cute and ready. All
These are
right.
you always cute and ready.
Well, you know.
All right, stay tuned for 2025. Happy New Year.
Thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast platform or subscribe to our YouTube channel, Your Neighbor, Your Agents. Please visit www.yourneighboryouragents.com.